an arts advocate and a member of the NPA, Sean Bickerton.
Good afternoon. Thank you all for coming. Thanks very much to Wira for putting on this debate. It's greatly appreciated. My name is Sean Bickerton. I'm running for Vancouver City Council. I was a co-founder of the Vancouver Not Vegas Coalition, which stopped the largest casino in Western Canada from being built right next to BC Place. I'm a head of my strata, Paris Place, right in the International Village. I've been on the board of the Fall Street Residents Association, so I greatly respect your work in the West End with West End Residents Association. My love affair with the city of Vancouver began when I was 8 years old and my older sister Linda gave me violin lessons. And I started coming into Vancouver from the wilds of very South Surrey to take violin lessons every Saturday. But something has changed in the city from when I could walk safely down Hastings to Woodwards and back to lessons. And it's why I'm promoting a Safe Streets agenda. We have the highest number of pedestrian fatalities in Canada. We have some of the highest number of cycling collisions. We've become the gay bashing capital or the hate crimes capital of the country. This affects our quality of life, and I intend to turn those statistics around. Thank you, Sean Bickerton for City Council.
I'm called by a young lady who has a more artistic approach to her candidacy and calls herself an evil genius. But I thought that was me. Oh, okay. Amy Fox, an independent candidate.
Hi everyone, I've got a minute, so I better talk like an auctioneer. Sorry. All right, top issue on the platform, because I'm not going to have time to cover everything, which is accessible housing, which is housing that people can actually live in. What we need to be doing is to be cracking down on speculation, unused property, and people having vacation homes who are living in other cities. This is nuts. It's driving up rent all over the place. It's driving up property values. It's making so people can't afford to even pay the property taxes on something when they do actually own instead of renting. This is bad. We should be raising fines on that and using the money to be putting into other things. Oh, I'm losing my grammar. Such as improvements to transit, adding more social housing, and I'm also in favor of tearing up a third of the streets and turning them into infrastructure that people actually want to use. Transit infrastructure, parks, housing, that sort of thing. My name is Amy Evil Genius Fox. There are posters over there on November 19th, which is 6 days from now. Vote for the evil you know.
Let's hear from a truly independent candidate. She's not aligning herself with any organization, and yet she's caught a lot of attention. She was with the group that managed to shut down the gambling proposal for downtown Vancouver, Sandy Garosino.
Thanks very much. Yes, Sandy Garosino, independent candidate for Vancouver City Council, was one of the spearheading figures with Vancouver Not Vegas that stopped the casino, and Sean Bickerton was one of that team, and so many other worthy citizens were as well. I'm running as an independent because I think it's very important that we open up the doors of City Council to more diverse voices. We need the party politics have created an atmosphere of conflict and division that's not helping our city, and in fact is tearing us apart. Many other things to talk about, but housing affordability is a really, really critical issue. There's a front page story in the Vancouver province today. We do have to finally deal with the issue of global capital that is coming into our city and driving up prices and tearing out the economic fiber and foundation of our city. Our young people cannot afford to live here anymore, and we've got housing insecurity for seniors and immigrants as well. Thanks.
Ian Gregson from Degrowth. Let's hear from you.
Hi, my name is Ian Gregson. I'm running for Degrowth Vancouver. We're formerly the Work Less Party. I ran in 2008. My fellow friend Chris mentioned degrowth. What degrowth is the recognition that green values have been co-opted. When we have tar signs, advertisements on television telling us how green they are, you know the green is gone. And degrowth is the maturation of green principles. If you buy local, you ride your bike, you take transit, you're part of the degrowth phenomenon that's taking place around the world. We brought you the World Naked Bike Ride. I know you're fans of that. And the degrowth is also the recognition. It's a worldwide phenomenon. We call it downshifting. It's people who are going green, but you know. Anyway, so we're looking for your vote, and please vote for us next week. Thank you.
Okay, another independent candidate, Rick Orser.
It's Rick Orser, running for independent councillor. Independence is required on City Hall, as I mentioned. I absolutely agree with that. That's why I'm running. It's an independent. Independent voice is required because we need someone that's not tied to any special interest party or political ideology, basically. And I agree that tenant's right. I'm a renter myself, so I can relate to the West End. I can relate as a tenant, and I'm all for equity. You know, if we can't buy a home, at least we can earn some equity in it. How about something that will enable us to earn equity as a renter? You can rent to own furniture. Why can't you rent to own an apartment? So that's an idea that I have, as well as many others. Green is good, but wellness is better. I can speak a lot more about that soon, I hope. Equity, wellness, reduce taxes, that'd be nice. And of course, accountability and transparency. And I'd be happy to entertain questions at some point. Thank you very much.
I'm going to call upon a lady that I'm sure is familiar to you all, who has been leading the Green movement across Canada for many years, Adrienne Carr.
Hi, everyone. This is a great meeting, and thank you very much to Weir for putting it on, to all of you for coming out. You probably know me from my role in green politics, but what you may not know is that I have a master's degree in urban geography from UBC, studying with Walter Hardwick, and my master's thesis was on how neighbors in the community of Kitsilano created community spirit and stopped the development that they felt was inappropriate in the neighborhood, including high-rise apartments. I think those are the issues facing us today. I'm running for election here to City Council because I love this city. And I think there's two main issues that we face. We are the most livable city, yet we are not livable for all. Affordable housing has to be a priority. Other parties have not got it right. I think I can help. And also in terms of development, I live in the West End. I've seen what's happened with the STIR program. It's not the right way to go. On November 19th, I'm very pleased that the firefighters of Vancouver are recommending me. I hope you do too, to your friends. And I'll be the one green on your council ballot. You may vote for me and still have 9 other choices. Thanks very much.
Another independent candidate, Maxwell, R.H., Maxwell N. Burr.
Sorry about being so late. I have a few things along on me. I've been an accountant for over 30 years. I did have big books, large companies, and small books. I like the small businesses better because they're more versatile. And they're more thinking, more people are behind the scenes and always thinking of how to change it, how to make a little bit, not make profit, but make enough profit to pay their payrolls. So in that way, I think if I am elected as council, I think there's only one thing. Thank you for the 30 seconds. For better transportation system, bus passes for everyone. Make sidewalks safe for pedestrians, wheelchairs and scooters. A Euro-Asian model for social housing. Provide for seniors, handicapped, low income, employed, and mentally challenged. Daycare for single working parents. Encourage business by not raising taxes anymore. Thank you.
First, I can call upon City Councillor for Cope, Ellen Woodsworth. Ellen Woodsworth.
Thank you very much for having me, and I'd like to thank the West End Residents Association for organizing this forum. We all know that the West End is one of the best organized communities in the city, and I worked very hard to get an area plan in place and stood up to spot rezonings in the West End until that happened. I continue that work with the people in downtown East Side, Grandview, Woodlands, and Marpole, so that their area plans can be in place before any more mega developments go in and displace affordable housing for so many in the city. We need more affordable housing. We need more affordable rental. I just came from a press conference with Gregor Robertson where we laid out some strategies for affordable rental. You know me, I led the fight against the casino at City Hall. I've stood up for a ward system so all the neighborhoods could have representation and some at large in this city. I fought for the LGBTQ community, the seniors community. I coordinated the senior summit out of 411 Dunsmuir. I've got a track record. I work with neighborhoods. I fight for neighborhoods, and I hope you'll elect me, Cope, in the election, and with Gregor Robertson, Mayor and Vision. Thank you.
All right, Grant Fraser. And Grant, forgive me here.
Independent.
Well, that's easy. Grant Fraser, an independent candidate. You go for it, Grant.
Okay, I'm not too good with microphones. All right. Getting elected is not even my top priority in this election. I've already accomplished all I want to do. I'm on the ballot. The number 2 reason is I work with a lot of activists, particularly in the downtown east side, working on poverty and housing issues. And we don't have enough of a voice at City Council. So I'm working on gathering more names for next election in 3 years' time. And one of the problems, and the biggest reason that I have for speaking out, is that we don't have a good election process. I worked with Fair Voting BC in 2009 on the referendum for proportional representation. We need to advocate to get away from this at-large system. Vote for anybody who says a ward system. It's not the solution. We need to go beyond that, but it's a start. Thank you.
All right, for the NPA, Bill McCreary.
Thank you, and thank you, Wera, for organizing this. My name is Bill McCreary. I am running with the NPA for City Council, and the reason I'm running is because the decisions that are being made by this Vision Council, in my view, are not very good ones. In fact, they're very bad decisions that are going to be detrimental to the well-being of Vancouver and the West End in particular. We all know about what's happened with the STIR program. I'm also a former Parks Commissioner, and I think I have some experience to bring to the table with Council, being a former Parks Commissioner as well as being a practicing architect for 40 years. I think the work I've done with the West End neighbors and others in the West End in particular, but also neighborhoods across the city in the last 2 years, is indicative of my commitment to Vancouver and to getting healthy, sustainable neighborhoods. The Vision platform is calling for spending $46 million of taxpayers' money on affordable housing, and they also are proposing to do STIR on steroids. I think I have a proposal for a affordable housing that will cost taxpayers no money and will reduce the rents in half.
Thank you,
It'll be coming
Bill.
out in a press release tomorrow. Thank you.